What a game to look forward to now. Two of the all-time greats, possibly in Marlong, one of the greatest ever. He comes up at the back. Marlong, the current world and Olympic champion, and the slightly taller opponent, 43 years of age, a real true legend of the game, Vladimir SAMSONOV. The umpire shook hands with the player. She's now spinning the coin to decide who will have choice of service. So Marlong won the toss. He's elected to serve. Then Samsonov had the choice of ends. He's going to play at the near end from the camera angle point of view. So the players now in their corners. Tracksuits will be removed, a little bit of stretching, a few words from the coaches. And then they'll come out for a 2-minute pre-match practice. And indeed, Samsonov looks as though he will be coaching himself, which at 43 years of age and the experience that he's had is hardly surprising. He's just asked the umpire to help him put the number on his back to pin the number there. And there we see the umpire assisting out. He's just saying, be careful you don't stick that pin in the back. A little bit of pressure. So Vladimir Samsonov, as I mentioned earlier, 43 years of age, currently ranked at number 19, has been as high as number 2 back in 2001. His first World Championships were back in 1993. 3 times European champion, 98, 2003, 2005. Runner-up in these World Championships back in 1997. I had the privilege of watching that final, commentating on that final. Vladimir Samsonov against Jan-Ove Waldner. What a final it was. Waldner was just unplayable. They'd met previously in that tournament in the team event, and Samsonov beat Jan-Ove Waldner. But in the final, it was one-way traffic, unfortunately, for Vladimir. But nevertheless, runner-up in the World Championships is a great achievement. He's won 27 World Tour singles titles. But it's Marlong who's out there first. Number 11 in the world at the moment, but that was due to an injury he got in August 2018, which prevented him competing for a significant period of time. Before that, ranked number 1. He's the current Olympic and world champion. He's going for a hat-trick of world titles. He won the men's singles 2015 in Suzhou, and again in Dusseldorf in 2017. No question he's capable of doing it. He marked his comeback from that knee injury that I mentioned, playing in the Qatar Open earlier this year. And he won that tournament, so he's clearly at the peak of his form. It's a big tournament in Qatar. But there's his opponent. Silky smooth is how I would describe Vladimir Samsonov's style of play. And there, his opponent, you can see there, that's an impressive CV. He's the only player, along with Kongling Hui, who's won the men's singles at the Worlds, the Olympics, the World Cup and the World Tour Grand Finals. Strong on both wings, great footwork, and incredibly powerful. And here we have our umpire in charge of affairs for this match. I'm sure there'll be no trouble. 2 ultimate sportsmen, 2 great ambassadors for this game of table tennis. And there, the assistant umpire. Hopefully, very little for them to do. Such an important role. So my advice to you, if you're sat at home watching this, get yourself a cup of tea, sit down, and you're going to have some wonderful table tennis entertainment over the next 45 minutes or so. Have to tip Marlong, Olympic and world champion, 30 years of age. Samsonov at 43, can he reproduce the form that he did back in 1997? Or indeed the form that he's shown to win the 27 World Tour singles titles that he has? It's a big ask. Became a father, Marlong. December 2017. The coach from Belarus takes his position on the bench. As always, it's the best of 7 games. First player to win 4 games through to the last 16. So this is round of last 32. And it is Samsonov to serve. Serve drifted long. Marlong's in with that first topspin, but a great counter topspin from Samsonov. First point to the player from Belarus. And we have ball boys in action at either end of the court. Save the players walking all the way back, and indeed, most importantly, the ITTF feel that it will make the game flow quicker, more entertainment for the crowd. The umpire has quite a number of balls and feeds them in as the ball boys collect them from the back of the court, and they are recycled. Long fast serve from Marlong into the backhand of Samsonov. Took him by surprise. 2 points apiece. Clever play there from Marlong. Firstly, the short push, kept it tight. Then he pushed one long and fast. Even though it's a push ball, it's still a very positive shot. And it's Marlong now with his 2 serves. You can see there at the back of the court, the top left and right hand corner of the screen, how the barrier is slightly open. That's where the ball boy is sitting. Oh, what a great return of serve. Right in the corner where the 2 white lines meet. A little bit more topspin on the serve than Samsonov thought. It's all about deception on the service, making your opponent think there's a little bit more or a little bit less spin than there actually is. It's not about how much spin you can impart, it's about the deception. Trademark Marlong. Just relentless power, backhand and forehand, playing the angles. And then that forehand topspin down the line. Marlon with his 2 serves to come. Samsonov going for that long push again. Didn't quite get the angle right this time. Just drifted out a little too wide. Relentless power from Marlon. Samsonov got through to the quarterfinal of the Hungarian Open earlier this year in Budapest. So he's in good form, still top 20 in the world. But of course, Marlon, winner of the Qatar Open earlier this year, coming back from the knee injury that happened in August 2018. Resulted in him moving down the world ranking list, hence he's number 11. Marlon there looking as though he's going to push the return there, and then you see the quick change of angle, and he goes from what looks like it's going to be a push into a flick. 9-5, China lead. Great footwork. Samsonov quickly into position there. Top of the bounce, hit straight through the back of the ball with that very crisp backhand hit. Four game points for Marlon. Counter topspin from Marlon on the diagonal. Forehand to forehand diagonal, and he takes the first game 11 points to 6. And he leads by 1 game to love. Players now back with their coaches for a 1-minute break. And we'll pick up the commentary when the players come back to the table for the second game.
Живот тоже играл Андерсон. Хорошо тоже вот это говорится. Агрессивно то, что ты играешь, насколько пытаешься, столько так, что по-другому
Players making their way back to the table for the second game. Pretty convincing 11-6 victory in the first game for Marlon. It was always going to be tough for the 43-year-old Vladimir Samsonov. He's played in 6 Olympic Games. Samsonov, last 16 in Athens, Beijing and London. Quarterfinals, Sydney, Atlanta. And then in the last Olympics in Rio, had the unfortunate role of finishing in 4th place, just missing out on a medal. Lost to Yun Mizutani. But he takes the first point in this second game.
1-0.
That's good play. That's the top spin that gets him back into the point. Samsonov. 2 points apiece. Long, fast backspin serve deep. In the corner to Samsonov. Been caught out by that one a couple of times so far in this match.
At 3-2.
Good push again from Samsonov. Pushed it out wide to Marlong's forehand. See that again on the replay. There it goes, out wide to the right-hander's forehand. Good angle. Backhand to backhand encounter. Marlong just that little bit more aggressive, just hits the ball that little bit harder. Samsonov has the consistency. Wonderful technique, so smooth. Anticipates changes in direction ever so well, always seems to be in place. And the long push there just catches the edge of the table. The high toss serve, and here's that push. And you just saw the slight deviation as it caught the side of the table. Sorry, the edge of the table. The side, of course, doesn't count. Sometimes that's a difficult one for the umpires to spot when the ball's going very fast and it hits around the edge, the side of the table. Sometimes a difficult one to call. But with two players, two great sportsmen like these two, I'm pretty sure they'd sort it out themselves. No question, though, on that occasion that it was point to Samsonov. Marlong, 5-4 up. Halfway stage, honours shared at 5 points each. Samsonov's caught Marlong a few times, wide to his forehand. Hit that ball very well with the backhand down the line. See it again on the replay. This is the one, there it goes. Elbow, wrist, forced the ball. Didn't just block it. What a wonderful return of serve. No problem this time with a long fast serve to the backhand. He was waiting for it. Here it comes. Such a smooth technique. That by Marlong's high standard was an unforced error. Disappointed to miss that one. And now Samsonov, with two serves to come, leads 8-6.
7.
Counter topspin by Marlon was excellent. That's the one there, takes it early. Good topspin from Samsonov, but it came back at him even quicker. That's wonderful technique for the backhand topspin. Samsonov now 9-7. Marlon with the advantage of his 2 serves. Can he capitalise? Both players there getting nets. But eventually Samsonov wins the point. That was a miss hit and a net cord from Marlon. Then the net cord back from Samsonov, but there's that winner. The backhand topspin into the body of Marlon. 3 game points, Samsonov. Top edge of the racket, ball flies off the end. The crowd absolutely delighted as Samsonov takes the second game. 11 points to 7. And this last 32 men's singles, evenly poised, 1 game apiece. And the players back to their corners while we just enjoy a few highlights from that game. And we'll pick up commentary when the players come back to the table.
Thank you.
То или должно быть косо, или ближе к животу. Сюда он просто как мяч смахивается. Живот несколько раз сыграет. Потом ты скинул с левого уходящий, да? Скидываешь только диагональ. Живот. Ближе к животу.
Ja.
Both players now ready to start the third game. Samsonov with the serve. Anticipating the direction quite superbly, Samsonov. Again, that counter topspin from Marlon. Takes the ball early, plays with a lot of power. Just watch his technique on this. No question of him just coming across and blocking the ball back. He powers the ball back. 2-1, China lead. Oh, service error. Ball bounced a little bit too close to the net on Samsonov side of the table. So that's 5 consecutive points now for Ma Long. 1-0 down. Now 5-1 up. Ma Long with his 2 serves to come. Again, a relative unforced error from Ma Long. Again, the idea from Samsonov was good. That long push out wide. Good footwork from Ma Long, read the change in direction, was across to play that dynamic forehand topspin. 7-3 Ma Long, 2 serves to come. Good topspin deep into the backhand of Ma Long from Samsonov. Needs to take 2 points here with the service. The player from Belarus. Oh, what a backhand. Came across the outside of the ball a little bit, imparted side spin. We'll see that on the replay. We'll see the ball just curving away from Samsonov's forehand. And the Belarus coach there punching the air. Good return of serve from Ma Long. At this level, the players are always looking to be positive, whether that's keeping it tight, long, fast push, getting in. They're doing something with every ball. Ma Long there, in with strong topspin, but it's that wonderful backhand topspin down the line. He took it very early off the bounce, Samsonov. Wonderful rally. Power here from Ma Long, but there's that backhand. Silky smooth. Only just missed. Pretty brave. Went round the backhand to play the forehand. Went down the line. There it is, third game, sorry, to Ma Long, 11-6. Ma Long now leads by 2 games to 1. And the players once again back in their corners. We can enjoy a few highlights and we'll pick up commentary at the start of the 4th game. So a new clean shirt for Vladimir Samsonov. This time the coach attaching the number. And Marlon there awaiting the arrival of his opponent. 2-1 up is the current world and Olympic champion. Remember, he's going for a hat-trick of men's singles titles, having won in 2015 in Suzhou, China, and in 2017 in Dusseldorf, Germany. So love all. Fourth game, Marlon to serve. Samsonov committed himself there, ran round the backhand, played the forehand down the line. Marlon, as we'll see on the replay, reads it well, stretches, but he's able to still generate power when he's at full stretch. One of the hallmarks of his play. Oh, and what a wonderful flick there. 2 great points for the world champion. Twists and turns within the point there. At first you thought Marlon had won it. Here you go, he's got to look at that rocket. Now you think Samsonov's got it, but then blocks the ball into the net. 4-1, Marlon leads. Second serve in this sequence coming up. 6 points have progressed. Both players taking the opportunity to towel down. Quite warm out there. It's a warm day here in Budapest. It was a little bit chilly yesterday outside. Today it's warmed up outside, consequently just that little bit warmer in the hall. Firing on all cylinders now, the world and Olympic champion. So much power in that backhand topspin. Starts with his legs, he bends the knees, he drives upwards. Just watch this there, how it's almost a total body involved in that technique. Edge ball. Samsonov now with his serves, 2-8 down. Again, both players taking the opportunity to towel down. 9-3. Marlon looking good for a 3-1 lead. Still a bit of work to do. Seven game points for Marlong. Heavy backspin on the service. Marlong wins 11-3. He now leads by 3 games to 1 as the players make their way back to the corner for words of advice from their respective coaches. 1 minute. And we'll just enjoy a few highlights, pick up commentary when they come back. There he is, the world and Olympic champion, 3-1 up in this last 32 men's singles contest. With his back to the camera, Vladimir Samsonov, 43 years of age. Played in his first World Championships back in 1993 in Gothenburg. Jean-Philippe Gatien was the winner of the men's singles, 1993 in Gothenburg. Beating Jean-Michel Save. An all-European final. Indeed, we had 3 consecutive all-European men's singles finals. 89, Voldner Persson. 91, Shiba, Voldner Persson. And then 93, Gatien Save. Timeout called by Belarus. And no question about it, the momentum now very much with China. Thought in the first few games Marlong made a few errors wide to the forehand, but he doesn't seem to be making those now. He seems to be at full flow. But certainly from Samsonov's point of view, best way to break that momentum is use the timeout. You only get 1 in the match. Marlong's back. However, the rules are the player who calls the timeout can have up to 1 minute, and when that player comes back to the table, his opponent has to come back too. So Samsonov not quite using the full minute, but he'll be hoping that we can start again, hopefully without the momentum being with Marlong. So here we go. Marlong with 1 more serve in this sequence. Good footwork there, steps around the backhand, plays a powerful forehand topspin down the line. Watch him, here he goes. And there goes that very powerful forehand. And I don't think the word block is in Marlong's repertoire. Block basically means you use your opponent's speed and spin and just guide the ball back. Marlong actually does get the bat angle right, but then he uses the elbow and the wrist every time to send the ball back, in some cases faster than it's come to him. Very rarely do you see him just block the ball back. Just overhit that forehand topspin. Just lifted it a fraction too much. We'll see him go around. There he goes, lifts the ball, and it's just off the end of the table. Good to see the clenched fist from Samsonov there. Just jumping around on the spot, keeping himself going. A true pro is Vladimir Samsonov. Even Samsonov was unsure where that ball was going. He ended up catching the ball nearly. Looks like it's going down the forehand. And Samsonov there almost taking a good one-handed catch. Whoa, what a service. Be a great serve to perfect the service onto the edge of the table. Let's watch this one again. Here it goes. Just drops nicely. Oh, what a shot. That forehand with the side spin allows Marlon to come back up to the table and make the winner, as he did so well. 7-3. Go Marlon, the Marlon fan club there. So difficult to read where that ball's going. Tremendous shot straight down the line with that forehand. Much more difficult to go down the line. He plays it with apparent ease. Let's just watch that again. This time, Samsonov has to revert to that one-handed catch. This time he took the catch. He reads the direction so well, does Samsonov, and for him to be forced into catching the ball a few times is the biggest compliment possible to the opponent. Four tables in action here. And the match on the next table between Gionis of Greece and Liang of China. Gionis, the defensive player, the crowd been highly entertained. And then on the next table, the game we're watching, you've got one of the all-time greats in Samsonov against the current world and Olympic champion. A true feast of table tennis here in Budapest. But in this match, Marlon's just called a timeout. Of course, it was one-way traffic in this fourth game, and suddenly Samsonov, in true Samsonov's fighting style, has clawed his way back, giving himself a little bit of a lifeline. And so China just taking no chances. Let's take a break. Let's refocus. Let's get back out to the table and finish the job at hand. So Marlon using the full minute. He leads 9-5. And indeed, he has his two serves to come. The umpire throwing the ball out, just hit the edge of the table, bounced away, apologises to Marlon for no other reason than her throw fell a little bit short of the mark. So, 9-5. Two serves coming up. But a good return of service from Vladimir Samsonov. 2 out of 2 against the service for Vladimir Samsonov. Gives him a lifeline now. He's got his 2 serves to come. Just overhitting the backhand there, Marlon. So here we go now. Samsonov with his 2 serves. He'll be looking to take the initiative if he can. Oh, clever return from Marlon. Let the ball drop. Came up the back of the ball, lifted it. Not a lot of spinner speed. There you can see, just tosses the ball up. Clever variation. 3 game points and indeed 3 match points for Marlon.
10-8.
Just pushes that service a little bit long again. He was looking to be positive. He was looking to get the ball near the white line. Just overhit it slightly. So 1 match point saved by Vladimir Samsonov. (10-8). 2 match points. There it is, the backhand topspin from Marlon. He takes the 5th game, 11 points to 8. And there he is, salutes the crowd. The crowd, a very warm reaction to both these players. The world and Olympic champion, Marlon through, but his opponent, one of the all-time greats, Vladimir Samsonov, 43 years of age. Will we see him again at the World Championships? Well, if his form in this match was anything to go by, we certainly will. But it is Marlon who is through to the last 16. Confirmation of the scoreline there. 4 games to 1. Vladimir Samsonov winning the 2nd game, 11 points to 7. But the current world champion on track for defending his title and on track for a hat-trick of titles. Well done, Marlon. Don't go far. We'll be back shortly with more action from table 2.
Game 2 mark.